Do you have a new favorite vlogger that is worth watching about expat life in the Philippines? There are several up-and-coming vloggers that are getting noticed and worth taking a look. Today, we're going to learn more about the top 8 newer vlogger channels and why they are worth watching. Well, hi, I'm Eric, and welcome to my Island Expats channel. In this video, I'll focus on the top 8 up-and-coming expat vloggers who had the courage to leave their home country and start a new life in the Philippines. My channel focuses on the Philippines and the expat vlogger community there. This way you know the story behind the story about expat vloggers. Just to make sure I'm not missing anyone, please let me know in the comments what vlogger you would choose and why you would consider them as an up-and-coming vlogger for expats in the Philippines. This way we can all learn together. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel so we can all read your comments, as it should be a very interesting conversation. In order to come up with the top 8 up-and-coming vloggers, I will give you their current YouTube stats for each vlogger channel. We'll look at today the following stats so we're all on the same page. The first thing is total channel views. And that's how we're going to rank the channels. This basically is the total number of views for all their videos on their channel. For some, it's in the 100,000s. For others, it's in the millions. And for a few, it's even more than 10 million. But that's how we're going to rank as the most popular up-and-coming vloggers by the total number of views. Seems the fairest way to do it. The second thing we will look at is total subscribers. The third thing is the total number of videos for each channel. And then the last thing is I'm going to give you an average, and I'm going to say the average views per video. So we're going to take the total number of views they have for the channel. We're going to divide the total number of views for the channel divided by the total number of videos that they put out in order to get this average. This way we can compare them to each other so it's not subjective. It's a very fair process, right? And then be sure to watch till the end where I'll give you one complete top 8 list so that you can easily reference it to check out these channels when you have time. Okay, that said, there are a lot of YouTube channels now on expats in the Philippines. Seems like there's somebody new every single day. And I'm tracking over 100 channels in this expat space. And just when I think I have found all of the channels that they possibly talk about expats in the Philippines, another one pops up and I've got to add it to the list. So it's a growing list that I track on a day-to-day basis. So even in these top 8 that I'm providing for you today, it's possible that I've missed someone. I hope not, but it's possible. So if that happens, please let me know in the comments so I can add them to our list and make sure we're tracking them for the future. Thank you. Now, when I look up at the list of up-and-coming expat vloggers, and let's be specific, for those that have started in the last 3 years, I'm going to be real careful on the dates here just to make sure it's within 36 months. So the cutoff date's going to be November 1st, 2021. It has to be a channel that fired up about expats in the Philippines sometime after November 1st, 2021. So it's within 3 years exactly. All right, so that's how we're going to do that in order to qualify for this list. And this way we're talking about the newer channels to give them a chance here. Okay, let's get started, shall we? So starting in the number 8 spot is a channel that's been growing recently, and that is JJ the Lonely Bull in Asia. Let me start off with JJ's channel stats. First of all, as far as the total number of channel views, he has 898,000. That means that 898,000 times his videos have been watched and looked at. The total subscribers is 11,300, which is still a pretty significant amount. The total number of videos he has is 228 videos on his channel. And the average then is going to be this 898,000 channel views divided by the 228 total number of videos on his channel. And that gives us an average view per video of 3,939. So in English, that just means that each video on average is watched 3,939 times. Pretty significant. JJ moved to the Philippines in March of 2022. And you're going to find that today. A lot of these vloggers moved kind of after the COVID period was over. And the place was locked down there for a while. So a lot of people came in after the lockdown. But JJ's been traveling there and throughout Asia for quite some time. He's from Mid-America, and he currently lives in the BGC area. He focuses mostly on expat life and considerations when transitioning from the West. You know, he had a recent video on the 4 stages of dating in the Philippines for expats that most expats actually go through. I found it particularly insightful. I thought it was interesting, and I hadn't seen anybody else talk about it. And basically, he talks about focusing on the quality of the person and not just being enamored with their looks in order to make sure you find the right long-term fit for you. I think part of the thought process is that as a middle-aged Western expat, you'll likely be able to up your dating game in the Philippines. But he says, be careful for what you wish for, as beauty is just one level of attractiveness. And you need a well-rounded person that you're compatible with to find true happiness. Not just someone who enjoys making TikTok videos of themselves because they look so good. That may not actually be your soulmate. Well, here's a short clip from JJ's channel so I can kind of show you what we're talking about.
Are you ready to try dating in Southeast Asia or here in the Philippines? Hi, it's JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia. You know, I've lived in BGC and in the Philippines for over 2.5 years now. And I've dated a lot of beautiful Filipinas since I've been here. And I've noticed a lot of expats and their dating habits as well. And I found that there are basically 4 stages of dating when you come to the Philippines.
All right, moving on to number 7. Too Much Time on My Hands 65 is the name of this channel. And it's a guy named Kevin who lives in Dumaguete. Let's start off with his channel stats. He has a total of 1.76 million views on his channel. He has 19,200 subscribers. He's put out a total of 151 videos, which gives him an average view per video of 11,656. Kevin retired early to live by the ocean. He enjoys snorkeling and exploring the Philippines as he island hops from place to place, and he makes videos along the way. He also covers restaurants and places to live in his videos. The primary audience for this channel is older adults, especially retirees, and potential expats interested in the expat lifestyle that's a little bit more relaxed and slower paced than the Philippines. Kevin's content provides a realistic glimpse into retirement life in a very tropical setting in the Philippines, appealing to those considering a similar move. Maybe they want to get out of the cold, out of the Midwest or the East Coast. Well, here's a short clip of his channel to kind of give you an idea of what we're talking about.
Mr. Kevin, you have a channel as well?
Too Much Time on My Hands 65. You have to put the 65, otherwise you'll get a whole bunch of Sticks videos from the 80s.
How did you two meet?
You want to tell them?
Oh, tell them.
I won her in a poker game.
I thought you were gonna tell it to you.
Actually, I went online about a year before I came over. Talked to a whole bunch of girls, which I don't recommend y'all doing, guys. I'd say over 95% of them within the first 5 conversations are going to ask you for money or something. Just wait till you get here. Wait till you find your city and either look for a girl there or get online there. But I talked to a lot of girls, and in the middle of the year, it was about May or June, she reached out to me. You know, she saw my profile and came after me, and I actually said, no, you're too young. So, but she was very persistent.
Okay, and what dating site was this?
Filipina Cupid.
Number 6 is Fly Me to the Philippines. This is another channel that's really taken off lately. Get it? Taking off? Little pun on Fly Me to the Philippines. I thought it was funny anyway. Hey, the channel is hosted by Rob and Chrissy, and they're really nice people. And they were recently married in the Cagayan de Oro area in the last week or so. Let's start off with their channel stats. For a relatively recent channel, and I think it's maybe only 18 months or so, they're at 3.3 million channel views already, with 25,500 subscribers and just 180 videos. And so the views average per video, or the average view per video, is actually 18,444. So as we move up the list here, you're going to see the views primarily go up. Well, Rob and Chrissy are super comfortable on camera, especially Rob, and they cover various topics from dating advice to how to prepare for expat life in the Philippines. Their style is authentic, and they're transparent as they share their lives with us, including a recent video of their wedding and all the details, including a judge that at first refused to marry them, and they had to find another judge. Pretty crazy story. Well, their channel is growing quickly, as it was started in July of 2023, and already has over 25,000 subscribers. Rob helps future expats integrate into Philippine life, and he offers consulting services for those that are interested in learning more on how to transition. Here's a short clip from their channel so you can see what we're talking about.
Happened in my life that created that loneliness epidemic for me. And this is a really big one. Choosing the wrong life partner. 3 separate things happened at the same time. It was really like a 10-alarm fire going on, and I didn't know how to solve it for many, many years. And there I was, bored out of my mind. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Fly Me to the Philippines. And today I want to talk to you about the loneliness epidemic that is happening in the West. And I want to talk to you about my own experience, how I ended up finding myself a victim of being ill-prepared for retirement, suffering from loneliness, a shortage of good companions, good friendships, and how I navigated myself from that box that was very depressing, facing financial difficulty. And I navigated my way out of that box. I found a door in that room. I opened it, I stepped out of it, and I found myself here living the life that I've been sharing with you in the Philippines.
Number 5 on our list is Live the Philippines. This channel was started in May of 2022 and is about a family that splits their time between Denver in the US and BGC. The family's often traveling the world or throughout the Philippines, as they have a second channel that covers international destinations outside the Philippines. They have a total channel views of 8.28 million, with a whopping 140,000 total subscribers in just 66 videos, giving them an average views per video of 125,455. That is an enormous number. That means on average, every video they put out, 125,000 people watch it. That's just craziness. This channel in just 2.5 years has grown to this level of 140,000 subscribers and 125,000 views per video. That's a lot of success for only 66 videos. The couple is clearly turning this into a very successful business venture, as they even invite viewers that watch them to join them on tours in the Philippines. Well, here's a short clip of their channel.
Do you prefer living the US or the Philippines?
Do your kids actually like traveling?
Are you guys actually going to buy a condo in the Philippines?
What's a not so great thing about your family that you've never shared on YouTube before?
When are you going to visit the Philippine spots that I've recommended in the comments? We're the Lockwood family. Our primary home's in Denver, Colorado, but we've been traveling the Philippines since 2022 and set up a second home in Metro Manila earlier this year. Today, we're addressing the juiciest questions and topics from your comments in our countless YouTube episodes, and no topic is off limits. So,
Number 4 on our list is Brian the Lion. Brian's from America and has lived in BGC for the last year. Let's start off with his channel stats. First of all, he has 9.75 million views. He has already attained 44,800 subscribers. With the total number of videos, and this is hard to believe, I'm going to talk about this in just a second, but 1,352 videos, making his average total views per video 7,212. Now let's talk about this a little bit. I find Brian's content very interesting, and it's a bit of a different approach than most channels. Brian has a way with words. He gives a fresh perspective, and he typically uses a voiceover to mostly a visually driven channel, showing footage around BGC, Manila, or different locations throughout the Philippines. The channel was only started in April of 2023, about 18 months ago. And Brian's already has 44,000 subscribers, and he's released 1,352 videos. So let's take a look at this a little closer, because that's an astounding number, and this is why. In fact, at first, I wasn't even sure if it was correct. But I took a look at his channel a little further and looked at a lot of the videos, and he's producing videos every single day of the week. So let's do the math on this one. And so let's say 18 months. So we basically have 1 year's 365 days. We'll divide that by 2 and then add that together. And we get a total for 18 months of 547 days. All right. So his channel's been operating 547 days. On average, he's released 2.5 videos per day. Now, just to make sure I'm right about this, let's take a look at his video count on his channel and a lot of the recent videos he's just released. And as you can see by the dates, there's only 2 or 3, well, I shouldn't say only, there is 2 or 3 videos released every single day. That is an incredible amount of production. I think unmatched from any channel I've ever looked at. He's got a significant work ethic and must have some type of system to knock this out. And it's a pretty hard pace to sustain. But it's working for him, because in 18 months, he's already up at 44,000 subscribers. I think it helps that he's just a natural and really excellent narrator. He's got a gift comparing life in the US and in the West to that in the Philippines. And he kind of shares his insights versus people's perceptions. He also attracts a younger audience, as he's part of the under 40 crowd. But I also find his channel compelling and relatable, even though I'm quite a bit older than that. Well, here's a short clip from his channel so you can see what I'm talking about. Number 3 in our list is That Philippines Life. This next expat vlogger, Michael, is moving up the ranks really quickly. Here are his channel stats. He has 11.35 million views with 64,400 subscribers, which we're going to talk about that in just a minute because they've increased significantly in recent months. He's got a total of 290 videos. So if we take his total number of channel views, divide it by the total number of videos, we get 39,138 average views per video. Almost 40,000 people watches a video every time he releases it. I was looking at my tracker and I go back 6 months ago and he had half that amount, maybe 5.5, 6 million views. So he's almost doubled in the last 6 months, which is unheard of. He's making videos either about traveling around the Philippines or showing us what his life is like, as he's a new bar and restaurant owner. And so he recently opened up a restaurant called the Canadian Beaver. It's in the Rojas City area of the Panay province. He offers traditional Canadian American food in a city that is really known for its high quality seafood. So it's really a new offering, a new cuisine choice for that area. And it's not really an area that's known for expats. I don't think the quantity of expats is high at all in the Panay province. Maybe a little higher in Iloilo across from Bacolod. But other than that, there's not that many expats in this area. So it's a bit of a risk of a challenge for him. But I believe he bought the place from somebody else, got a good deal on it, and has given it a go. Well, Michael has quite a bit of experience making videos, as he transitioned from a previous channel after making that channel into a success. His content is often edited, and it's interesting to watch. Many of his videos include his newer girlfriend, Catherine, who is often smiling but quite shy on camera. Well, here's a short clip for his channel.
Rains have come, and we've been getting nonstop, lots and lots and lots of rain. And the temperature is so much cooler now that, yeah, you don't even need air conditioning. That's how cool it got. There's a cyclone just outside of Luzon on the Pacific side, so nowhere near us at all, but it just draws a lot of the low pressure in, so bringing a lot of rain. So we got several days of this, but we have to go to Rojas City to meet up with some people, architects, the owner, all this stuff going on, only for one night. And Catherine's going to come with me because her daughter is already at her mother's for a couple of days. So why not? I said, let's go together. She said, okay. So let's go on a bit of a road trip in the rain. We're going to get dirty. We're going to get wet. That's okay. You ready to get wet?
Number 2 on our list is The Regular Guy in the Philippines, another channel that was started around March of 2022. So he's only into this about 2.5 years as The Regular Guy, and his actual name is Scott or Scotty. Let's look at his channel stats to start. First of all, he has 15.25 million views, 61,600 subscribers, and only 150 videos, giving him an average views per video over 100,000, 101,667. The interesting thing here is that he's averaging over 100,000 views per video. He's definitely capturing people's attention. And you follow him along as he visits different places in the Philippines, always looking for a Filipina. That's the funny thing about his channel. 2.5 years, he's still looking for a Filipina. Well, Scotty is quite open with his thoughts, and he shares quite honestly what he's thinking. There was some controversy around his channel a few months back, as he's pretty suggestive in his content, even in his titles and thumbnails and things. It's very focused on trying to find the Filipina. And maybe it's in a way that it might not really be acceptable if he was based in the West, because there'd probably be some pushback, let's just say. Anyway, that's Scotty's approach, and he says what he thinks. He often acts a bit like a teenager on the hunt, looking for the ultimate Filipina, and some people are offended by that. Apparently, he offended some of his viewers, and some caused him some trouble of how they thought he was interacting with some of the Filipinas, and possibly treating some of the locals just from their perception of him, showing the videos and what he says on camera. And then there are other people that thought that maybe he's not portraying a very realistic view of life in the Philippines, because it's not really all about the hunt for the Filipina, and maybe he wasn't showing, an accurate view of the Philippines. That's what people criticized him. Whether that's true or not, I'm not sure. But he did go on to several expat channels in an attempt to clear his name and talk about it. He wasn't afraid to do that and kind of explained his side of the story, which I appreciate the courage to do so and try to clear his own name. I think that's a good thing. Well, either way, whether it was right or wrong, his channel continued to grow even through the controversy over the last 6 months. Here's a short clip on his channel so you can see what we're talking about.
Good old Bislig. Beautiful mountains around here. Supposed to go, but that's part of the countryside. Peeperoonies, hello. Hello, good to see you. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you guys, you got a nice house here. Would you mind holding the camera? Now, the man in the house, he does not want to be on cam. He's holding the camera. He married a hot Peeperoony. Oh. And but you guys met a long time ago. How long have you known him?
5 years.
5 years, and you met on a dating website. What was the name?
It's just like dating site on Facebook.
Okay, it was a Facebook dating site,
Yes.
Basically a long time ago, right?
Yes, it's a long time ago.
Okay, and so you were on there. I guess you were really looking hard. You wanted a foreign boyfriend.
Actually, no.
No?
I was just like brokenhearted that moment.
Okay. So you went on, you were looking for love. You were looking
Not
for,
really,
you
but
were, okay, you were bored.
yes.
You were bored. And you were looking for something new, right?
Mhm.
And the big man here, he was, hey, were you looking for love?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's looking for-
He was looking for love. You met this man here who's holding the camera, and basically, you didn't know at the time this is going to be the love of your life.
And now for the number one spot for the up and coming vlogger, and that's Philippines. Now, this Philippines channel is run by a guy named Andre, who's a Russian, and he shares his experiences and adventures living in the Philippines. Andre often features his mother, Olga, and they provide a blend of content that includes their daily life, just kind of what's happening, where they're going, what they're doing. Sometimes cultural explorations, kind of comparing the Philippines to Russia and family and things like that. And then they interact with local communities wherever they go. Here is his channel stats. As far as total channel views, he's coming in at 16.87 million. Total subscribers, 105,000. Total number of videos, 289. And average views per video, 58,374. Their videos highlight the beauty and uniqueness of the Philippines, aiming to present an authentic view of the country through the eyes of a Russian expat. The channel has gained popularity for its genuine and heartfelt approach to content creation, and it seems to resonate with both locals in the Philippines and foreigners interested in Filipino culture and the lifestyle there. He's also younger, which probably widens his audience quite a bit, so that's another thing to think about. I think the other thing I notice is that his demeanor is quite friendly. He's very approachable, and he tries to combine that with informative videos, which has helped his channel to grow significantly. I think his primary audience is probably expats, potential expats thinking about moving there in the future. I think it's still generally a younger crowd. And individuals that are just interested in learning more about the Philippines and what life is like there day to day. In particular, probably those looking for really like real life insights into living in this particular country. I think the channel also appeals to viewers that want more of an immersive experience because he uses his own personal storytelling about life in the Philippines. So it's more about what he does day to day, and he's just kind of sharing his life there. I kind of find that some people enjoy it and some people don't. So you'll have to view it a little bit and see if it's your cup of tea or not. I find it a little bit hard to follow at times, but he's got a big, wide audience. At either rate, here's a short clip so you can kind of see what we're talking about and see his style and how it looks.
Fish, and I find here is something like dried fish. Yeah, it's fresh fish, but soon it will be dried, guys. Wow. Guys, it's time to going back to our island, Samal Island, because soon it will be very hot here. And we are going back home.
I'm sure you have other vloggers that you follow that may be interesting to watch that are up and coming. So please let me know in the comments and be sure to subscribe so others can see your feedback. I think it would be interesting to see what you have to say. Now, as promised, here's the final list of the top 8 up and coming expat vloggers for the Philippines. You may want to take a screenshot or a pic with your phone so you can easily check these out. I'll also place this list in the description of the video so you have a reference point there. Well, thanks for watching, and be sure to check out our other episodes of Island Expats and our weekly Expat Vlogger news program that's a compilation of the top clips for that week that comes out every Sunday morning in the US called Expat News. Take care, and thanks for supporting our Island Expats channel.